everyone, my name is Corey, welcome back. In the last video we made that thing. And in this video we're going to do the exact same thing, but with a different angle and for a different purpose. Okay, this first part is like really easy. There we go. That's good. There we go. First part of the sled is complete. So now we can use these slots in the bandsaw. We have ourselves a little sled. Now we need to put another piece right here at whatever angle we want. So that means that relative to the blade, we need to do a 40-degree angle. 40. We can draw the angle. Oh, I broke the chalk. 40-degree angle. Very good. Okay. Now we need to make a cut. Jesus, what was that? This is the jig that we've ended up with. Now the reason why I cut this all the way down for that one is because now I can use this fence to set a distance so I can get completely identical pieces, which is the goal. But now we need to test it to make sure that that actually works. I found the sacrifice. So this first cut I don't think matters, so we'll just go right there. Okay, so now I should be able to flip this over. So now I should be able to... Uh-oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. Should have made a circle, but it most definitely did not. Oh, because if I want a 40-degree angle, I should subtract it from 360. So every cut needs to be at 320 degrees. What? That doesn't make any sense. Did I go the wrong way from 90? Should I have actually cut them at 70 degrees? I'm a little bit confused. We ended up with that shape. Why did that not work? Should have been more like that. What am I missing? Ah, they assemble like that. Oh. That's not quite what I imagined, but that's kind of cool. Hold on. Do I have another piece of that wood? I have 9 pieces of this aromatic cedar. Not that piece, doesn't count. Does that look cool? Oh, they actually go together like that. If I were to cut these pieces at 40-degree angles, right, so both of these angles are at 40 degrees. If I put another piece onto it that also has 40 degrees, now my collective angle is 80 degrees, which makes sense on why we're getting this really weird looking square that's not quite a square. It's because it's 80 degrees instead of 90. And so I've taken the top off of the mold because it's just held on with super glue, so it's super easy to fix. But we're going to re-glue it on 20 degrees or whatever, because then you will get collectively a 40-degree angle, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. Alright, so we actually need this angle. That is on. It's a custom test piece. Okay, my first test piece cut off something like that. It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look more like that, like a trapezoid. But this does not look like a trapezoid. It's not even close. What? Oh, I think it's because I referenced it off of this side. Maybe I need to reference it off this side, so I'm holding the board this way instead of this way. We're just going to take this off. Clean that up a little bit. Alright, let's try it. Okay, this is already looking so much better. There, that is what I wanted. Okay, but this is too small. So to make it longer, I think that all we gotta do is lengthen that gap. So that's at, what, 2 1/4, I think? Okay, we need to figure out the distance that this gap needs to be, because that distance directly correlates to the radius of our thing. So this was at a 2 1/4 inch length between the fence and the blade. But that, I think, is still too small. I want to have set distances, and so what I've done is I drew a straight line and then drew a 20-degree angle off of that. And then what I should be able to do is measure from the center point to whatever radius I want, and then measure this distance between it, and that should equal the same as that distance, I think. And so if my sound hole is 4 inches, so that means I would want my rosette at like 4 and... let's do an 1/8. So that means I want a 4 1/8 inside diameter. And then I want the rosette to be, what, 1/2 inch? What if we did a 3/4 inch rosette? That isn't too big, is it? I don't think so. No, that's not too big. That'll look good. And it gives room for any modifications if I want it. So if I want a 3... so that means that... okay, so 4 1/8 is inside. Outside would be 4 right there. So that's 4 7/8. 4 7/8 is outside. So that gave me those 2 lines. So then I need to just make sure that I have enough space in between so that I can cut it out with a Dremel tool. But okay, but the theory is that this length should equal the length that I cut those at. Okay, I'm gonna measure the outside one and the inside one, and then we'll cut 2 pieces and figure out which one fits better. This is gonna be outside diameter. Yeah, so that's the same as the outside diameter. But the inside diameter doesn't fit. It's a little bit short, isn't it? Why is that happening? Might be okay. This jig seems to work, and so I think the only thing left to do is to make a rosette. I have this orphaned piece of sapele. It is a wall that I ended up ruining the other one, so now this one's just by itself. And I think it'll make great mahogany, or I guess it's sapele, but mahogany rosettes. Okay, it is now thin enough, but the planer chipped out a huge chunk right there and another chunk right there. What the fuck? If I want a 3/4 thick rosette, I think, or a 3/4 wide rosette, I think it's safe to put this at 1 inch. That way when we go through with the router, we're not getting any gaps. There's enough material on either side that we can get a clean circle without any gaps. Should have done this in the last episode, but now we have a thicker saw blade. So let's rip this down and see what usable material we have. Some beautiful strips of sapele, and so now we can take them through our... where'd it go? There it is. Now we can take it to our new jig and test it out. Ooh. 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 9 pieces. We have gotten a circle. We also have this piece of walnut that's super thin, and so I'm thinking maybe we'll just go through and put the walnut in between, because the next batch of guitars that I plan on releasing are going to have walnut bracing. And so having the walnut show up in the rosette seems like it fits the theme. But first, these edges all look like shit. Okay, those are looking a lot nicer now, but I can't fit this final piece in. But I think that'll be okay, because I'm going to fill in a bunch of space with this stuff in between all of this. That's going to close this gap even more, and then it can go hidden under the fretboard. Okay, delicate. Ah. How the hell do I find the center? That should be center. That should be center. Should it? Should it be? We have 3 very pretty book match set of Sitka spruce guitar tops. Now we just gotta pick which one we want to put this rosette on. Well, actually, you know what? I've got a plan for this one. I think I'm gonna hold off on this one. We have these 2 options. The question is, do we want this one? Or do we want this one? Nah, the 2. Fuck it. I want to make a really pretty guitar. This one's more pretty, so I'm gonna do this one. Alright, got that sanded up. It's looking real good. Where the fuck is the center line? Oh, it's right here. Once upon a time I was clever and put the center point of the rosette as a little tick mark on my mold. Ooh, I'm very happy I did that. I don't even remember doing that. Right about there. Okay, we did the thing. Oh yeah, here we go. Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, that's a lot. Whoa. Oh no. I know that looks messy right now, but trust the process, okay? Trust the process. Tomorrow, that's gonna look really good. It has been a day. That's looking really messy, but just trust it. Just trust the process. I'm not gonna touch this until next week. I'm going out of the country for vacation, and the epoxy is still gummy after a day, especially with adding dye into it. It makes it extra runny, so you have to let it cure for a couple of days minimum. This is cured for 24 hours. I'm going to leave it for a week, and then we can come back through and sand it flesh. I'm back. Ireland was fantastic. But let's look at this rosette. We're here. Oh, we're so here. This is it. It's completely dry. Now I'm going to figure out how to clean this all up and make it look good. It's a very important step here that I've learned over the past year of teaching myself how to build guitars is once this is good, like after this step, when this is all cleaned up and looks good, don't fucking touch. The reason why is because the material is already so thin. Okay, it's already below 3 millimeters, or it will be when we're done thicknessing it. What that means is that as you sand down the top to get to your finished grits before you put lacquer on it, you are removing material. And it does not take much for that material to become too thin. And when it becomes too thin, you can see through it, and it doesn't stay well. It looks like shit. That's what happened on my last guitar. And so I'm going to level this out. I'm going to clean it up, and then we're not going to touch it. All right, there's the finished rosette. Very good. This one's just sparkly. That one's really sparkly. I don't know why it's flush. I don't know. Okay, that's it. The jig works. The rosette looks great, and I'll see you guys next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do for next week's video, but I'll see you then.